Hola, hola. Thank you so much for being here. Today, I want to talk about several things that we can do to help get to debt freedom. The truth is that it's not one thing, one big thing that's going to help us achieve debt freedom. It's actually several things that we need to change, small little things that we need to change. And if we change some of the habits around the things that we're going to talk about today, you are most likely going to get to your destination, which if you're here, you are either on your way to debt freedom or you want to start your debt freedom journey and you want to live a debt-free lifestyle. Honestly, living this lifestyle has been the best thing for our family. And I know I say I highly recommend it and all the things, but really the truth is, it is priceless to not have to see bills come in every month. I mean, you have to start envisioning, like, what does it look like to not be stressed over money? How does it look like? What is your life going to look like when all you have is maybe your taxes to pay for your home? Because the truth is, right now I still have a mortgage, but the plan is we pay off the house and then we just have taxes to pay and utilities that, of course, are monthly. But outside of that, there is no other debt outside of our mortgage. And imagine if there is no mortgage either. I think sometimes it's really hard for some people to compute in their brain. Like, what does that look like? Oh my gosh, I would have so much more for this or that. I want you to start dreaming. I want you to start thinking about what are the things you're going to be able to achieve if you free up your paycheck from and liberate it from all the debt. What does that look like for you? I want you to tell me. Send me a DM on Instagram. I want to hear you dream about it. See, when we actually take the step to dream, that helps you push through the hard times. Because throughout this debt-free journey, we had many hard times. There were many things we had to figure out. And one is unexpected expenses. Those came up all the time. I know I've talked about this before on the podcast, but there has not been 1 month in our whole 13 years we've been budgeting that has been perfectly followed ever. There has always been something that came up, something that I need to adjust, something that we didn't see coming. We've had to learn to deal with these unexpected expenses. And depending on the amount, sometimes I had to make some choices with maybe vacations or things that were extra that were not important. And we had to say no to those and say yes to whatever was pressing. Or it was sometimes as easy as, you know what, we spent a little too much on eating out. We're not going to spend that much on groceries because we've been eating out. Little things like that, right? You move money around in your budget so that you can still balance out. And that's a skill. You just have to learn how to handle those unexpected expenses. Number 2, how do you deal with going out to eat? Like those of us that have a habit of going out often, and we still do, how do you handle if you maybe have hit your limit that you've set yourself for the month or for the week, in our case, and somebody invites you to go out, or you are stressed out after work and it's just easy to drive through? How do you deal with that? Do you have the will to say, you know what? No, hay frijolitos en la casa. Hay comida en la casa. Or what do you say? And the truth is that most of us can cook up something really quick, can make ourselves a sandwich instead of going out to eat. And now what's even crazier is that one meal is about $15 now through any drive-through. That's insane. That was not the case. Sometimes we could eat for like under $10 or, it's really interesting because I remember being able to just buy one or two meals for under $10. And now it's like you can't even get one. That's really sad. It's really putting strains on families, and it's so hard right now. So we have to really make an effort to eat at home. We really have to make an effort to say, no, we cannot go outside, or I'm choosing. That's a better answer. I'm choosing not to go out. I'm choosing to just eat at home, to pack a lunch, to plan ahead. See, all of that takes planning too, because you need to plan your groceries so that you have enough food at home so that you can pack a lunch. And see, packing a lunch actually saves you thousands of dollars. If you are going out to eat every single day at work, while you're at work, that's astronomical. I'll tell you right there. If you tell me you eat out every single day when you're at work, let's see, 15 a day, 30, 60, that's $75 a week. That's cheap. That's at $15 a day. So 75 times 4, that's $150, $300, just one meal a day while you're at work, 4 weeks. That's $300. You know what $300 can do towards your debt? If you just pack a lunch, make yourself a sandwich. Make yourself some burritos de frijoles. I'm serious. I know you might be laughing, but like, you can eat very inexpensively at home or and pack yourself a lunch and save yourself easily $300, if not more. And these are the little things that you might think, oh, well, I deserve a lunch. If you have that mentality, you have some sort of entitlement issues that are deep-rooted and are a whole nother issue. If you've made an excuse, then you're going to make an excuse about almost everything that you just want. So you have to come to the reality of, what is it that you want? Do you want to live debt-free? Do you want to live this lifestyle? Do you want to be free? Do you want to be stressed all the time? Because I'll tell you what debt looks like. You're stressed all the time. You can't invest how you would want to invest. And you're scared for retirement because you don't know what that looks like. That's the reality. Honestly, I know that sometimes people say like, some debt is good debt and blah, blah, blah. Honestly, to me, I want to be debt free and I want to invest my money. I'm going to keep it super simple. I'm not going to complicate it. It's worked so far in the last 13 years, so I'm going to keep doing what works for me. Everybody's on a different path. But I'm telling you, debt-free living is peaceful. It is nice and it works for me, and I would not knock it until I try it. Now, if you get out of debt and then you become unhappy with the lifestyle, go back in debt. I mean, that's your choice. You have that option. But truly, do not knock it until you try it. Number 3 I want to talk about is if you lack at planning your money, monthly or weekly, however you do it. I have a spreadsheet that has the whole month at a glance. And then each column is a week. So sometimes my month is 4 weeks, sometimes it's 5 weeks. And I can see the whole month really quickly. And that helps me plan my week. My week is from Friday to Thursday because I get paid every other Friday. So my week starts on Fridays. And there are strategies that I have in place to keep me accountable and also help me stay within the boundaries that I want. And see, that's the thing. You have to want to do this. Nobody can force you. You have to want to live this lifestyle. You have to want to not have stress. And it's going to take effort. And it's going to take strategy. And again, one of the strategies that I have is I pull out my cash on Friday for my eating out and for my groceries, because those are two categories that I tend to overspend on. And so I need to keep myself within my promises to myself, to our family, that we're going to only spend that amount of money in those categories. And if I go over, then I have to go to my budget and I have to figure out where I'm going to trim so that I can spend a little more on my groceries or eating out. And that's how that works, right? When you lack planning, it is really hard to get a glimpse and a grasp of what is going on in your life. It is really, really hard. And so if you need help, make sure you reach out to me on Instagram at debtfree.latina. Let me help you. See, my heart is to help those that have never done a budget. And if you have a budget and it's not working for you, I'd love to show you my strategy. I'd love to help you edit that and find the rhythm that works for you. And everybody's different. Some people love spreadsheets, others like paper pen, others like applications that they can share with their spouse and they can see it in real time with their banking. If you're a techie, that might be the thing for you. If you're not, paper pen works just fine. And you need to find what works for you. And if you don't find that, it's okay to switch the strategy, to find another way. If you're trying to do a spreadsheet and that doesn't work for you, go with the app and vice versa, right? You need to do what works for you, and you need to try the thing that you can keep up with forever. And I know that feels so scary, right? That feels like forever. What do you mean forever? Forever. If you want to do well with your money, you have to budget forever. I hope that was helpful. I'll see you next week. See you later.